Well, normally this is when we'd have our high school baseball power rankings brought to us by McCombs Ford West, but with the baseball season over for about a week now and really over for most teams in the area, Bobby, for a couple of weeks, we thought let's do an end-of-the-year awards type deal. So no one better to ask than Bobby Stautzenberger, the Texas Sports Radio Network Player of the Year in local area high school baseball. Bobby, who is it?
I have a tough time with this one sometimes because you think of you want to pick a player from a team that was really successful because that generally is what happens. But what Hudson Head did at Churchill is just undeniable. They didn't even make the playoffs. Of course, he was a part of 2 long playoff runs as both a junior and a sophomore. But his stats are just mind-boggling. He had one of the best offensive seasons in the history of San Antonio high school baseball, hitting over 600 double-digit home runs in the quote-unquote dead bat era. And Hudson is just an amazing talent. And then he gets drafted 84th overall in the 3rd round by the San Diego Padres. And so, I mean, the pros are recognizing what he did. He's committed to Oklahoma. It'd be interesting to see if he goes to OU or he takes the money and starts his pro career.
All right, Coach of the Year. I want to get your thoughts on who that is.
You know, this guy, he's certainly put in the time. Brian Wyatt from Blanco, 34 years at that school as a high school baseball coach. I mean, the rarity of that, if you think about it, to coach a single sport at a single high school for that period of time, the list of people that have done that at the high school level is really, really small, and Brian Wyatt's a part of that. 34 years. They had a great season all year. They were really dominant through Region 4. They win the semifinal game by a run. They lose in the state championship game by a run, but there's no denying Brian Wyatt is a great baseball coach and a great asset to the school of Blanco and the town of Blanco. And what I love about him is he just can't get enough baseball. He coaches a high school team, but he also even plays like the old man baseball league. So his baseball is 24/7, and a guy's got to love the game to continue to play it at his age. But to coach it for that long is pretty special. He's a deserving candidate for that. The
Blanco Panthers, a great story, but are they the baseball story of the year around here?
Well, they were expected to do well, and they did well. Livonia, I think, was expected to do well, but probably not as well as they ended up doing. And the story from Livonia needs to be told again and again and again because it's a story of redemption. The school and the town were at an all-time low about 3 years ago with the scandal that broke there. The administration was cleared out. They brought in a whole new group of people. Chris Tabers, the athletic director and football coach, got the team to the quarterfinals in football. Livonia, and they've had some success athletically over the years, but they never won a regional championship, ever. They did this year, and Judd Guidry was the head coach that led that team, and a good group of seniors that were part of that era, the hazing incident, and some of those kids were aware of what was going on with that. But to come through all that and really redeem the school, redeem the athletic program, redeem the town, and make it to the state semifinals for the first time in school history, I don't know how you couldn't go any other direction but the Livonia Bears, and quite frankly, the best athletic performance at that school in their history, and coming after 2 years later after all the bad news. Great news for Livonia.
And let's not also forget that when they lost in the state semifinal, they lost to the team that was literally the best team in the country.
Yeah, Argyle was ranked number 1 in some polls too, and others, but the so-called national champion Argyle Eagles. So they had a tough draw, but it was a great run. I mean, to win the region championship against a team, but they beat Liberty Hill, who had a 27-game win streak before they lost 2 games to Livonia on a Saturday for the Bears to advance.
All ends with our team of the year.
You have to go with the D'Hanis Cowboys. Cowboys and Cowgirls, they like stick sports and diamonds. You win state in softball and in baseball in the same year, and they're not a team that we at TSRN cover a lot, so I don't know. I'm not as knowledgeable of them as I am some of the other programs in the area, but Todd Kraft has been there for a long time, and to cap it off with the state championship is pretty special. And D'Hanis, I mean, what can you say? You got to believe that the youth programs on up is just something that's really important to that community. And to win state in both softball and baseball, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say that list is really, really short. If you did some research there, I'm sure it's happened before, but D'Hanis is one of the only one I can think of locally that's ever done such a thing. So a great performance by D'Hanis, no doubt our team of the year.
Yeah, and I think you can cover them from afar to just be able to tell that winning a state title is a pretty big freaking deal.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Tough to top that.
I wasn't invited to the parade. But I'm guessing maybe they had two parades in a row.
Right.
One for the softball team.
Back to back.
Back to back. Maybe they did it together, but congratulations to both the Cowboys and the Cowgirls.
Absolutely.
State
Fantastic
champs.
work there at D'Hanis. Bobby, also fantastic work by you for the entire school year, not only doing baseball work here on Sports Tonight, but your basketball work and your football work as well. We cannot wait until the fall. We continue our partnership, but thank you so much for everything you do for Sports Tonight, Bobby.
It's been a lot of fun.
Texas Sports Radio Network president and everything. Bobby Stautzenberger, been great all year long. Appreciate the time, Bobby. Thank you.
Thank you.
McCombs Ford West. We'll save you time and money on your next vehicle purchase on 410 West at Culebra.